Flying Morning Show. I'm Steven. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. Well, I've been kind of talking up this little thing. It's something going down in Owensboro, Kentucky. It's a Jeeps and Jamz Expo. And, it's so funny because when I found out about this particular event, I got a hold of somebody who knows a little something about this whole Jeep family idea. And it's Jennie. And Jennie is actually joining me right now over on Zoom. And we are live on Facebook and on Twitter and on YouTube and on the radio and on the stream. So Jennie, don't be nervous now. No pressure. Sound good?
No pressure.
Good morning to you. How are you?
Good morning. I am well. How are you guys today?
Doing great. Just came off the car line competition, having a blast with that. And so I'm looking forward to finding out more about this Jeeps and Jamz Expo. You made it sound really cool. And I like the spot we've been playing for it too. It sounds like really edgy and really out there. So
love the spot. I get goosebumps every time I hear it.
Oh, very cool. All right. Well, hey, why don't you tell us all about this Jeeps and Jamz Expo and how long you've been working on it, what you're hoping to achieve with it, and what people can expect when they come.
All right. So I've been working on this for about a year and a half. It's something that we've always wanted to do, but never had the means to do it. And we were given a wonderful gift in the way of a grant from the state of Kentucky to put on this expo as a way of creating tourism and stuff for the city of Owensboro. They call it the Economical Impact Grant. And it was designed because during COVID, there was a lot of small businesses that almost folded because people couldn't go out, they couldn't make their money. So this is a way of bringing tourism to the city, people to spread out, go to the mom and pop shop restaurants and little small stores and get them a little something.
Very cool. So I know that lots of times it's those little mom and pop shops that are the best. And I love the slogan of your town too. It's a city by the river. We're here at Lake Gunnersville. You're there by the river. And I just checked on Google Maps, and Owensboro, Kentucky is only 4 hours and 31 minutes away from where I'm at here in Gunnersville. That's not that long of a drive. In fact, that's a pretty comfortable drive in a Jeep, isn't it?
Well, there is no ride that is comfortable in a Jeep. Let's be honest. But actually, it's really not a bad drive at all. My family is there in Coleman, and so I drive it quite often, and it's really not that bad. You get to see a lot of really cool things along the way and stop at some really cool places.
Yeah. So when we were talking about this initially, I was kind of floored because you told me that if you've ever owned a Jeep, then you are part of the family. And so I got to thinking, I used to have a 1994 Jeep Grand Cherokee. That thing, I'm telling you, I had problems with it. Let me tell you this, okay? So when I was in college, I was at JSU. It was a red Jeep. And so whenever I'd have problems starting it, I had this red broom handle. And I kept it in the Jeep with me. So I would open the hood and I would stand at the driver's side with the door open, kind of trying to crank while I had the broomstick poked through the bottom of the hood, knocking on the battery terminal. And I hit it just right and it would crank. You just learn these little tricks if you own a Jeep,
That is right, and way to improvise. And it always helps if you hold your tongue outside the corner of your mouth just right.
That's right. That's right. So then I'm a part of the family. I don't have the Jeep anymore, but I did own a Jeep. So I guess I'm part of the Jeep family. And I love this whole idea of it being a family because this thing is like a family reunion in Owensboro. But there are a lot of traditions that come along with owning a Jeep. Can you tell us a little bit about those little secret things that not a lot of people know about?
So Jeep is an acronym, JEEP, for just empty every pocket. So yes, they are always broken, or we break them ourselves by doing fun things that are not so smart. But part of the traditions are the Jeep wave itself. You don't just wave Wrangler to Wrangler. If it has 7 slots, you're a member of the family, we wave at you. Yeah. You might get all 5 fingers, you might get 2 fingers, you might get 1 finger.
Hopefully not the middle finger.
The pointer finger, yes. So let's be nice here. But yeah, the Jeep wave is Some people just wave Wrangler to Wrangler, but I'm not like that. I'll wave to a Renegade.
I got
I'll
you.
wave to a Gladiator. It doesn't matter. But another tradition is what most people know now as ducking. And Allison Parliament, she's a wonderful young lady. She started ducking during COVID, and we weren't allowed to be close to each other and have communication and talk to each other. But it was a subtle little way of saying, hey man, nice Jeep. I love what you're doing with that thing. And it's kind of universal. If you get a duck, you know that somebody gave it to you because they like what you have.
Yeah.
So it was really, really fun to just go into a parking lot and see a Jeep and put a duck on somebody's Jeep and wait for them to come out.
Yeah.
Well, you don't talk to them, but you get to watch them from afar. And I mean, who does not smile when they see a rubber duck? I mean, come on.
Right. It's kind of, it's ingrained in us since watching Sesame Street as a kid, Rubber Ducky song and all that stuff. It's just part of it. That's good stuff.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I've got some friends who have a Jeep, and I don't have a Jeep currently, but they still wanted to give me a couple ducks. So I'm like, okay, I'll take them. And so
honorary family member, man.
Yeah, so it was pretty cool. I felt special getting a rubber duck.
Yeah. So Jeep started back in 1941, and they were created for our military and our troops as a service vehicle to get around with. And if you've noticed, a majority of the family, Jeep family, who owns Jeeps are either active or retired military. And it's just, they carry that love with them for the vehicle, and it just comes on into family time and civilian time, not just military specific.
Gotcha. All right, so I'm kind of playing around with the website right now. I've got it up on the screen. It's OBKY jeepsandjamsexpo.com. But you go here, pretty cool artwork you've got with the logo. You kind of check it out and see what all's happening. You've got a kickoff glow party that's happening. You can have food trucks, music, lots of Jeeps. And that is actually kicking off when? When is the glow party?
So that is May the 18th. That's Thursday. That is the night before the whole thing comes into play.
Yeah.
So we are so excited about that. One thing about Jeeps is they love their lights, their LED lights, their color changing and stuff. So we decided we were going to throw a glow party to light up the night. We chose the darkest parking lot in Owensboro, and we are just going to light that thing up and have a good time. People with their glow-in-the-dark necklaces, headbands, dressing up in like 80s neon colored clothing. My daughter's even going to wear roller skates. I mean, it's just going to be a blast.
That's cool. All right. So that's just one of the events y'all have scheduled. I know that this has been a labor of love because it's something that you've enjoyed. I know that you're a part of not only the Jeepers there in Owensboro, but you're a part of Jeepers across Alabama too. So tell us a little bit about those affiliations.
So, like we had said at the beginning, if you are a Jeeper, you are family. And that doesn't just stay where you are centrally located. That goes with you everywhere. So there's always a warm embrace if you go to another county or city or state and they have a Jeep club. You're just an honorary member just because you're part of the family. There's no discrimination in that. So, yes, I am a part of Coleman County Wranglers and Iron City Wranglers and Rocket City Wranglers.
Very cool. All right. Well, hey, tell you what, I want you to stick around. I want to hit a song here, and we're going to chat a little bit just over on the socials, and we'll come back and talk a little bit more about the Jeeps and Jamz Expo. Sound good?
Sounds great.
All right. Well, here is Blanca and Torrin Wells with Something Better right here on the Lifeline Morning Show on your 88.5 JFM, making your day better. All right. So they are listening to the song. We are just here. I'm just double checking to make sure we're not talking over anybody. Yeah, we're good. There are a lot of buttons in front of me.
Yeah, I noticed.
So anyway, taking a look over at the socials, Evelyn Berry is saying, love the duck thing. I keep meeting new friends, asking them about their Jeeps. That's pretty cool.
Yes.
Yeah. You're right. There's just something about a rubber ducky that lights you up.
Rubber ducky,
you're the one. That's cool.
Yeah.
So I know that this is one of those things. It's like you're hoping for a great turnout because you've even got like a world record attempt going to be happening. And that's going to be really cool to be a part of as well. But can we go back And can we talk about, you used a term that not a lot of people, I don't think, would understand. So we just need to just kind of spell it out. 7 slots. What does that mean?
7 slots. That is the iconic logo symbol of a Jeep.
It's in the
7
grill,
slots
right?
and the headlights beside it.
Gotcha. Okay, and then there is like a redheaded stepchild of the Jeep brand called the Renegade, right? Is that the one that's kind of frowned upon right now?
Yeah. Yes, very much so. Because it's like, what were they thinking?
Yeah.
It replaced the Jeep Liberty, and the Jeep Liberty was really, really cool because it was a way to create the Wrangler type
Yeah.
environment, but family style.
Right.
Because it was 4-wheel drive, you could lift it, put big tires on it,
Yeah.
and really get out there with the whole family out on the trails.
Gotcha.
But then here comes this Renegade, and it's like, what?
I gotcha. Those Jeep Liberties, I used to work in television, and we had a couple of them as station vehicles. And those things, they're kind of tiny on the inside. They're very compact. But
They are.
One cool thing that I noticed about them, though, is they are they're great interior to get dirty. Really easy to wash off, to clean.
Yes.
And that's one cool thing about Jeeps, right?
That's really cool because they are created to be a utility vehicle.
Yeah.
But we just bring the whole family into it. So
Cool. All right. Well, we got 30 seconds left of the song. We'll come back and talk a little bit. And maybe we can touch on the world record attempt and touch on some of the vendors you're going to have in tow, that kind of thing.
okay. Sounds great.
And then anything else you want to talk about, just go ahead and bring it up, okay?
All right. Sounds good.
I'll keep perusing these socials, seeing if any questions are coming through. All right.
Okay.
Brief hold, and I'll bring you right back. All right, we're having a blast talking about this Jeeps and Jamz Expo that's happening in Owensboro, Kentucky. Not this weekend, but next weekend, because they understand that this weekend is all about mom. Next weekend, you can come and be a part of a big family reunion with all the Jeeps and all the music and all the fun, even a world record attempt. We got Jennie Smith with us right now from Owensboro, and she's telling us all about the event. So, a world record attempt? Tell us more.
Yes. Okay. So there is a record for the world's longest Jeep convoy. Now, a convoy is not just a ride where you ride together with a pack of your friends. A convoy is unbreakable, meaning nobody jumping in the line between you. Like you throw a little motorcycle in there, throw a pickup truck. It's Jeeps only. We are going to have police escorts along the way. And even the Kentucky State Police, they're going to try to have a Jeep all striped up and with lights and everything, and it's going to be fun. But let's face it, the world record is over like 3,000 Jeeps, and that was in Bantam, from Bantam Fest. That's where Jeep was created. Who's going to mess with that? We're not going to mess with that. And obviously for a first year event, it's going to be hard to get 3,000 people, much less 3,000 Jeeps.
Gotcha.
So we are excited about the fact that we are not only going to be able to break the Kentucky state record, we're going to set the Kentucky state record and the tri-state record.
Nice.
So this is so much bigger than just Owensboro itself. We have people coming from New Mexico, from Florida, Maine, Massachusetts, Wyoming, all over the United States are coming to our small little town, Owensboro, the city by the river, to have fun and enjoy this so-called family reunion of Jeeps.
Very cool.
So we're going to do that on Saturday, May the 20th. Lineup starts at 4 o'clock, and we're going to pull out onto the road at 5.
Nice. All right, so that's something to be a part of. Now, all the stuff happening at this expo, you see the word expo and you think, okay, there's a lot involved here, because surely they got to be able to feed people, so they're going to have food trucks. But then it's all the gear, it's all the extra stuff, all the accessories, all the things that are Jeep-centric. So tell us a little bit about the vendors that you're going to have, what kind of things people can find.
Jeep-centric, I like that. I need to put that on a shirt. That's awesome. So the expo itself, we've got vendors from every type you can imagine. If you need new tires, new wheels, you want to upgrade that Jeep to make it look like it has a little bit more stance, we got you. If you want new fenders or bumpers or light bars, we got you there too. But if you want something that's custom, one of a kind, not cookie cutter, we've got all kinds of Jeep crafters and stuff who make shirts, tumblers, keychains, all the fun little stuff that you can give away as gifts too. Christmas is just around the corner. We may not think it is because we're just in summer, but there's always little things that you can pick up as stocking stuffers. But we've tried to really plan this thing out and touch every aspect of Jeeping. If you're a mall crawler, we got stuff for you. If you like the big rigs and making them beefy, we've got stuff for you too. But if you're just a grandma who's had a Jeep their whole life and just doesn't want to break away from the family, so to speak, we got stuff for her too.
Nice. All right. So there really is something for the whole family here at the Jeeps and Jamz Expo.
Absolutely.
Very cool. Well, Jennie, I don't want to end it yet because I'm afraid we haven't touched on everything. Is there anything else that we needed to talk about that we haven't quite touched on yet?
So May 19th and 20th is the expo itself, and there's things that are going to be outside of the expo. We have 5 events that are all wrapped up in the one event. So we've got Friday After 5, which is obviously on Friday, and that is a huge concert city fair that's right there by the river. All kinds of food trucks and vendors, live music. And then Saturday, obviously, is the convoy. But during the expo time itself, we have built an obstacle course. And we are so proud of this obstacle course because all the materials that were used for it were donated. And that is just a wonderful way of creating community and bringing family together. And then on Sunday, which is not an expo day, but it's May the 21st, before everyone leaves, we're just going to have a trail ride. And that's just to get out in the wide open in the woods and have fun together, teach people how to use their winches, their recovery gear, and to wheel safely.
Nice. All right. Wow. A lot of stuff going on, and I know y'all are excited to get this thing going. It's kind of a nerve-wracking experience at the same time because this is the first time doing it, but I think everything's coming together, right?
Absolutely. Everything is coming together and we're down to what we call crunch time.
Yeah.
But it's coming together, ironing out all the fine details and just getting people excited and seeing all the feedback that we're getting on Facebook and on the socials and stuff. We are so glad to bring something like this to this part of the United States.
Awesome. Well, thank you for carving out some time for us today. I want to remind everybody how they can find it over on our website. We have it. I'm going to go ahead and pop it up on the screen real quick. If you go to 885jfm.com, you're going to notice you got the logo at the top, the Word of Life. Come on down. You got the menu, and then you got the On Now button. Right underneath that On Now button is the Jeeps and Jamz Expo. You go there and click that, and it's going to take you to their website where you can find out more. All right, Jennie. Thanks again for being here with us today and telling us more about this huge expo, and we hope it's a great success.
Thank you for taking time for me.
All right. Back to the music that you love. We got Phil Wickham, Until I Found You, right here, right now on the Lifeline Morning Show on your 88.5 JFM, making your day better. Perfect. Thank you so much. That was a lot of fun. And I'm going to check Facebook real quick. I haven't quite ended the broadcast for socials, so I'm just going to kind of check over there. And just a reminder to everybody who's checking this out after the fact, if you have questions, leave them in the comments. We'll be monitoring these, and I'll make sure that Jennie gets those questions, and we'll get some answers for you. So, Jennie, is there anything else that people need to know?
Come expecting to have a good time. Come expecting to make great friends who will become part of your larger, well-broad family. And just expect to love on each other and be loved on. Cool.
Sounds like it's going to be a fun time. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be talking with you between now and then. Kind of keep me updated, and we'll find out how everything is going. Maybe we can schedule one more hit between now and then so people can, like at that last second, they're making their last second plans. They're like, I don't know. Am I going to go? Am I not going to go? Maybe we can push them over the edge and get them to come.
Yes.
All right.
Totally
Sounds
game
good.
for that.
All right. Have a wonderful day. We'll talk with you soon.